Yay, live.
All right. Someone add tag the Discord.
I don't see it. You guys are liars.
Just refresh.
I don't see it yet either. There's a slight delay. There we go. Did you change the title? You gotta change that title.
Oh, rip. Yep. We haven't changed the title.
Yeah, we're not in the. All right. Where do you do it? Announcements?
Yeah, and just add everyone. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right. What up? Nothing. Just sent the Discord massage.
Nice.
Oh, I'm not gonna look at myself. That's weird. I'm just gonna scroll down to the chat section and just leave it there.
It's always weird because my face is reversed in the YouTube.
Yeah, that is odd. Is that?
Yeah, isn't it weird?
That's super weird. Whatever. Oh, Josh, you're up to 11K now. What's next? 100?
If we could change that 11K into 1.1 mil, then I'm just gonna quit, move to Costa Rica.
There you go. That's pretty good.
Saving, changed. All right, I'm coming back to chat. I'm sorry, chat. I had to change the thing. All right.
Mostly just everyone saying hello.
Okay. Give you feedback on your portfolio? Yeah, man, list it up. Let's do it. I'm gonna plug this in real quick. All right. What's up, Galerin? So this is Katie in the middle.
It's me.
Are we? Am I? How's the stream? Is it smooth for you guys?
Yeah, cool. Surprisingly. I mean, I have the worst internet ever.
It's a little choppy for me. But
yeah, it's a little choppy for me too.
Let me refresh the stream, maybe.
Huh, smooth. All right. Maybe it's because I'm streaming and downloading at the same time. I don't know.
Probably.
I'm just going to pause the stream then. Seems like it's lagging. All right, I'm pausing, making sure I don't have any downloads going. Thanks. I'm old now. All right. It says that we have green connection, so I'm gonna go for it.
I think we're good to go.
How are you guys doing? So basically we got Katie in the middle, and then we got Taylor over there, all the way on the left. You guys saw him in the video. Basically Taylor's CTO, Katie's wizard, and then there's me. I just make videos and try to seem like I know what I'm talking about.
I'm a rock star, ninja, wizard,
Jedi, superstar, superhero, all of them. Try turning down the bit rate. Will do.
What do you stream, Josh?
2800.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So what should we do? 2000?
Yeah.
All right, 2000.
I mean, that's a lot for 8:44 p.m. Like at midnight, you'd be fine. But I'm sure you're running on your shared cable link.
People are asking if I play Stardew Valley. Apparently, you've been ratting me out that I like stupid farming
Don't you
games.
play Stardew Valley? I think I mentioned it once.
Hey, I play Stardew Valley also. Okay, I'll have you know.
I mean, I haven't played it in a while, but I do like that game. If you guys couldn't tell, I was being sarcastic about being called a wizard because it's kind of my least favorite thing.
Your site doesn't load. Your website doesn't load, Alan. You're welcome for the awesome videos. But hey, thank you. If you like this stuff, support the channel. God, I feel so bad to say that. I feel so shill. If you like the channel, please support.
This is what you're trying to do. Like, this is how it works. When you say, hey, you want to see more, support me, and I can make it more.
Yeah, that's the dream. I just need more time to make more vids. And in order to do that, I have to pay my bills in the meantime. That's essentially it. GG, 11. Yeah, I was aiming for 10K. We hit 11. Go subscribe to Taylor's channel. Go subscribe to Katie's channel.
You guys could just find me on Twitter if you really want
Guys,
to.
I got this keto-friendly Oreo McFlurry.
I think that's suspect. How could a McFlurry be?
It's new on the menu.
Well, so it has no sugar in it?
No,
No,
he's lying.
not at all.
That's the deal. Just like his keto buffalo wings he just ate. Am I right, Josh?
My breaded with almond crust buffalo wings. Yep.
That's right.
They looked like they would burn going in and burn going out.
Did I have like lunch for 4 days? It was buy one get two. Happy birthday! Thank you. Yeah, you sent the right link, but when I go to awbtechnologies.com, it doesn't load.
Yeah, and it's not working for me either, Alan. I tried to load it up. Oh, Discord.
When I eat vegan, which I don't have anything more to say.
Well, I mean, Oreos are one of those, but they are like technically vegan, aren't they?
See, this is what happens. I was showing Taylor. This is what happens when you give someone carbs that hasn't had carbs in like 30 days, right? So I was flat before. Now it's like, well, I got to get to the angle, but now I finally have some pump. Anyways,
you're also like excited, like you just took a hit of something, like you're taking drugs.
Josh or Katie, who would know? Is all candy vegan? Because it's just
gelatin in gummies is made from like hooves and bones.
Gelatin's like my favorite thing, though.
Hey, Turtle.
Like that's pretty much all I eat.
How many?
Oh, you just eat gummies?
Yeah, all kinds of gummies.
My sister tried to be a vegetarian for a while, and she had a thing about gummies. And I was like, Shannon, don't you know what gummies are? And she said, don't tell me.
Thanks.
Don't you dare tell me.
Chocolate is not vegan. Any candy is honey.
Chocolate could be vegan, couldn't it? It's just a bean.
You have to put some dairy in it.
Well, no, you can make it with cocoa butter.
Yeah, it's true. Thanks for your content. You're welcome. Ask us questions. Ask Taylor questions. He's the CTO. He'll answer anything. They're just here to hijack my stream. I'm just here for distribution purposes.
We're just here. Josh's birthday today, you know. Just chilling.
Yeah, we're here to celebrate your birthday.
I promise I would stream.
Can I give Alan feedback on his website, or is that weird?
Do it.
All right, Alan. Here's my opinion. I don't know if it's like a glitch, but when you first load the page, if you scroll down, like it all loads in, and then you click say portfolio or contact me, like mine's like reloading, like it's redoing the pop-in stuff, and so it just seems kind of weird because like I'll be below it, and I don't know, it's just kind of janky. And then I don't like the background on the homepage because I can't read your subtitle thing. Like in your little get in touch box, you have it with the black background, so I can kind of read it easier. But those are my two thoughts. I love the resume download button.
Oh, $2.
Oh,
thanks, dude.
Donation.
Thank you. Nice. The most chill programmer, bro. Changed my mind. I don't know how to say something that makes me into a douchebag. I'm wearing a tank top with skulls on it. Am I a douchebag? I don't know.
Yeah. But that's all right.
I had my boy band t-shirt with the holes on it, so might as well just cut the entire section off, just wear a tank top.
But tank top's more you, in my opinion.
I know.
Like that's just classic Josh.
I need my Cookie Monster tank top.
Yeah, Cookie Monster. We need to have Cookie Monster. Do you have a Cookie Monster shirt, Taylor? We should all put on Cookie Monster shirts.
I don't own any Cookie Monster.
But he's got a pug sweater.
Oh, that's pretty good. But I have a Cookie Monster shirt that says "Straight Outta Cookies," and it looks like the Straight Outta Compton. And I love that shirt.
I'll answer Diego's question. Want to start a business? There's a guide on the internet on how to do it with WordPress. Would you recommend it, or is it better to build a site? Yeah, if you're going to want to sell stuff, you're going to need a backend, and I would say WordPress with WooCommerce, Shopify, or BigCommerce, Big E-commerce. will be your solutions. Otherwise, as one guy, have fun setting up that payment system.
Lee Star C Pen says in model view controller practice MVC, can you consider model as database, view as front end, and control as back end? I mean, you could, but you can have like front end frameworks that are MVC, where they have like a state layer that you would consider your model, and then the controller will change your front end state.
Yeah, I like to think of MVC as your model's more your data than your data.
$5, guys. All right, look. If you're here, I'm gonna give you the magic trick. Hold. I gotta unplug
You have
this
a
mic.
magic trick?
Are you ready?
Oh, dope, dude. $5.
Hold on. I messed up. Here we go. Magic trick. I spent way too
I'm
much
actually
time.
a little confused as to how you did that, but I think it's because of my frame rates.
Your face for a second, Taylor. You were like, it was great.
That was pretty next gen. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, if you just do magic tricks for your dogs, then you're gonna have the most reactive audience ever.
I've seen those gifs been going around.
Well, anything though, like I've noticed if I like do like really clumsy sleight of hand with my dog's toy, and then I open it and it's gone, he's like, oh, and he flips out.
Nah,
and it's great.
I've already ruined that with my dogs. They just look at me. They're like, all right, cut the shit. Just give it to me. Let's see.
This guy got a question. What's your opinion on Wix, Shopify, etc.? Do you think it's killing the freelance world for software developers?
You can answer.
I think it might be, but I also really like it.
I don't think it is.
As a web dev, like, oh man, all that kind of stuff is stuff that I don't want to do at all. Like, I want to build like web apps. Like, I want to make the Shopify platform. I have no interest in making a Shopify website. So
yeah,
for me, I'm all about it.
I agree with that.
I recommend Squarespace to people all the time, even at work. I'm like, no, we're gonna use Squarespace for that.
We got the 8 or the 6, right? And then now it's a queen.
God damn it, Josh! Actual question marks. You can't just act like you do magic. By the way,
I do. Look. I'll do the. Look, here we go. Split the deck. We'll do this. Pull the card out.
How have I never known you do magic? By the way,
Because I'm a nerd, bro.
I know exclusively nerds, and I know no one who knows magic.
I know plenty of nerds that do magic. And when they're bored, they'll just be like, hey, look at this. And you're just like, I was having a conversation.
I want to know magic.
All you need is a deck of cards and some YouTube videos. Just do it.
I didn't
Let's
know.
see. How
Holy
much
shit.
math? You got questions.
We got do
a
CRUDs
lot.
need a backend? Is a to-do app considered a CRUD? A crudo. That makes me think of like crudite. Technically, you could save everything to like a local storage and then delete it from there. But yeah, generally CRUD needs to be saving something to a database, and that needs a backend of some sort.
All right, you guys ready for this
like
trip?
Firebase.
I'm ready for the trick, Josh.
All right, here we go. I do have a girlfriend. She doesn't want to be on camera though. All right, here we go. We have the queen.
Yeah, leave Julie alone.
We have the queen. All
Yep.
right, we'll fold the queen. Okay. We got the deck of cards. Fold the queen. All right. Put it right-
$20.
We put wait what?
Oh,
Hold
shit.
on.
Happy
Hold
birthday.
on. Here we go. We're gonna take the queen. We're gonna put it right into the middle of the deck there, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Totes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. And we're gonna take it, and we're gonna get it to go to the top. There it is.
What?
And then we'll take it off.
No.
You're so full of shit. Holy shit. Get out of here. Josh, we're gonna have to talk after the stream. I know you're using fucking Premiere right now.
Bad pointer. Thanks,
flexing
dude.
in his hands from previous
Red.
clips.
Yeah.
Red shirt. What? Stop.
$5.
Thanks,
Look at all these
guys.
donations for your birthday.
Thanks,
Yeah.
dude. Restream a
Okay, hold on.
recent thing. I just haven't
we gotta-
removed it yet.
There's some cues, yo. We gotta
Answer
what's
the
his name?
cues. Can I
Hold
do a
on.
barrel roll? Absolutely.
How much math do you need to learn in time for a computer science course? During his time, you learn a lot of math. You usually go to Calc 2, then you do some linear algebra. I had a lot of trouble in math, like a lot of trouble. Josh, I think I've told you this. How many times did I fail Calc 1?
A lot.
So, like, I failed it 4 times before I passed it.
Calc
Yeah.
1 was hard. Once I took Calc 1, I was like, never again. I'm not doing any math-related major.
It was
and
hard.
I didn't.
So, if you can get to Calc 2, that's fine. You don't do nearly as much as like electrical engineering or like irregular engineering or like a lot of the other STEM fields. You actually go only really to Calc 2 and then some linear algebra stuff.
Discrete math.
I knew a guy who was really into linear algebra, and he was trying to tell me, like, that's when math gets fun. And I was just like...
All right, guys.
Yeah, okay.
I got another one. You got the
Josh.
questions. Here we go. All right.
All right.
I'm gonna shuffle the deck. Shuffle the deck. All right. Are we good? Are we good?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you guys say stop, and I'm gonna tell you that you're gonna pull the ace of spades. Yeah, we'll go with the ace of spades wherever you want. So
Stop.
here, this is where you want to
Yep.
stop. Okay. So
Yes.
what we'll do here. This is where you said stop, right?
Sure.
All right. So
Well,
pull it
but
off.
you pulled your hands out of the view.
Okay, look, we'll do it again. So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's because I'm tied to this cord here. Here, let me unplug it. Alright. Alright, we'll shuffle it up. Okay, let's just change it to a different jack of spades or something, right? Okay,
Stop.
right here? Is this good for you guys?
That's the one.
Okay, so, there you go. So we said stop.
Wow. Magic. You got magic, dog.
I don't know about that.
We can do it again with the 10 of clubs. This is a good spot, right here.
Hacker. Cheater.
Look at his smile. He's like,
Dude,
Don't like me.
I used to do this with kids at school all day. Let's see. Online magic courses in my off time. That's what I do to pick up my girlfriend every day. A reminder.
actually, this is him proving that he's the wizard. Okay,
I'm a real
he's
life
literally a wizard
Josh, do you?
at Harry Potter schools.
You should OBS
Thanks.
our names.
All
Can
right.
you add title in OBS?
Oh
think
yeah,
so.
because people keep asking,
Hey,
sir,
boy.
sir on the left. There was
Yeah.
a question for you,
Sir, good sir.
Mm.
It's funny. How many times did you try to apply to get a job? It depends on the time. The first time out of school, I got the first job I applied for, but I don't think that's normal. And I, in general, apply to tons and tons and tons of jobs if I'm looking, even jobs that I'm not qualified for at all.
I don't
And
know
you
how
get,
to add
I've
tags.
been denied for like 100. Josh may be a little more than me because he went ham for a bit
I
there.
played so many.
Hi, the Afro Mike. You're just saying my name. That sounds like some Bitcoin dudes want us to talk blockchain.
Let's talk
We can-
blockchain and then do it.
Yeah, we got crypto questions too.
Yeah, I still have to put some of my Ethereum on my hardware wallet. I got a new one and I want to switch it.
Oh yeah, didn't you have the? What's the new one you have? I know you had the big one, the popular one.
So, I used to, for background, I used to work at a blockchain agency, and one of our clients was KeepKey. I guess they still have that client, but I am not there. And so after we did like a whole bunch of work for them, they gave us some KeepKeys. And then I did a hackathon a bit ago, and at the hackathon, we won a Ledger Nano
Yes,
Ledger.
the Ledger S Nano. That's the one I thought you had.
So I have two, and so I have to move it.
Gotcha. Yeah, Josh. What the hell? By the way, why is our crypto so down?
I don't want to talk about it.
I know.
I mean, that's just the life of crypto right now.
I know.
But
Like,
blockchain jobs are limited because the main players are big banks. I don't know. You remember seeing me on Free Code Camp and Live Coding TV? You used to watch me on Live Coding. That's a while ago.
Taylor, how do you feel about self-taught developers? I think they're pretty good. I hired them. I have hired exclusively self-taught programmers. I have hired no one with a degree.
Flaming Demon, what's up, dude? All right, here we go. Here we go.
Aww.
Come on. All right, we got one. And we got two.
Actual magic, dude.
Yeah.
Josh, what happened to the titles?
You got titles.
Oh, I'm not looking at the stream.
Oh.
I'm like, what are you talking about? There's no titles?
We got titles.
Yeah. Much better.
He's not just popping them into Discord.
Have an idea how to get a job in America. You go to Stack Overflow and look for jobs that will, you check the box for H-1B visa and relocation.
Yep.
Crypto's up 10% today. Well, if it could just go back up like 135%, then I would maybe be down only 50%.
Salt's up 35% today.
Some of what you bought in was like the wrong time. So
I bought Ethereum at $1,400.
I think we can all say that most of what Josh did was buy at the wrong time. I think all of his coins are still a legit buy. It's just the worst possible timing. Maybe mine was worse. There's no way to know.
Why did I buy at the top? Because no one knew it was the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you knew, then you wouldn't buy in.
Yeah. Well, I also want... I'm just going to keep mine for as long as humanly possible. Most of the coins that I have left are coins that I actually think will do something.
Hold on. Someone said my name is bigger than the rest of yours because I always need attention. Hold.
That's beautiful.
Confirm. You're correct.
Yep.
There we go.
This is Josh and the other guys. That's what this is.
Yeah.
That's the name of the stream. We should change the stream. Josh and the other guys.
Yes. It should be called Josh and the other guys. There's so many questions. I can't even...
Should you take full stack or web development? They're the same thing, ideally. Full stack or web development bootcamp, they're just about the same. How much Bitcoin did I buy? I didn't buy any Bitcoin. I have I think I own almost 11 or 12 Ethereum, and then I have a bunch of other coins.
You have more Ethereum than me. It's
because I sold my salt at $14.
I wish I had sold it. I was talking to... I should have sold it at 16.
I told Josh to sell it at 18. I didn't even... It wasn't even like, oh, yeah, you should... I was like, sell your salt right now. You didn't do it.
Yeah. If any of my salt friends are in here, because I don't know anybody who works at salt at all. But I'm sorry. LTC gonna be hot. Bitcoin
2019, literally over a year from now. Okay, good investment. Happy birthday, thanks. Guys, what do we think about web development course on Udemy? Which one? Cold Steel? I have that one, but I haven't really done it. I think he uses Rails at some point. Buy at the bottom, sell at the top. Buy at the top, sell at the bottom. That's me.
You turn into a hipster if you get a dev job.
You have to grow out. You have to grow out a beard, and you have to get high top Timberlands, and you have to get a male satchel bag, and then you also have to start home brewing your beer.
Don't forget about various hoverboards, Taylor. Time for you to chime in.
What? I have a hoverboard? What's the question?
Yes, that's how you become a hipster when you get into tech.
I don't know if the hipsters do that anymore. That was cool 2 years ago. Now it's for children and man-children like me.
Okay, so I have to tell you, one of the neighbors in my last building for the company I worked at before someone in this room poached me, they constantly had hoverboards of all different kinds, including the single wheelie ones, and they would be riding them around in the building with their dogs, and it was so sad.
Yeah, I want to try that. Hold on.
I want to take my dogs on a walk because they're big. And just.
I want to try this. I want to try this with the doggos.
The boosted.
The boosted with the dog. No, this is an Evolve, but yeah, it goes I don't know. I've ridden it once in videos, but unless I'm in my room with my cool background, people don't watch. So I don't do it.
Oh, we forgot about vaping. We need vaping.
Vape Nation with the THC oil.
THC oil.
They were
have
always
that.
vaping too.
I
Yes,
know.
I'm in Denver. Like, there's that stuff everywhere. Plenty of hipsters.
Yeah.
What do I do for work? I am a full stack developer.
Today I learned.
Today you learned what?
Just a lot of people endorsing that web dev course.
Yeah, I have it. Oh, I have to plug back in. I'm gonna go out.
Who has an accent?
Yeah, who should say what with an accent?
React or Angular? React, obvious choice.
Yeah, I haven't messed with Angular 5, so I just have to say I like React, but I don't have a great comparison.
I think,
No.
I believe, based on the last Stack Overflow survey, there's actually still more jobs with Angular, but you also kind of have to decide what.
Smash your piggy bank for the Dos Doleros. Thank you, sir.
Dos Doleros!
Dos Doleros.
I'm just going to shout about your donations because it's your birthday, obviously.
Yeah.
Here, look. This is why I'm late to the stream. Okay. I was having some Buffalo Wild Wings.
Julie.
Also, that's my girlfriend. You've never seen her, but
Those are the fried pickles.
yeah, those are the fried pickles.
I
They
thought
look
you were
like
showing
chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Chicken nuggets.
You've
No.
been to Colorado? Oh, Colorado's nice.
Where are you guys from? I'm from Montana. Katie's from Denver, and Josh is from Salt Lake City. Well, he's from Atlanta originally.
I mean, I'm originally from Michigan, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, we got a Montana fan in here.
That's right. Montana's the
I use
best.
NPM all the time. I published to NPM
Yay!
today.
Happy birthday.
Paid
Thanks,
for
Jake.
Bitcoin. Yeah, I like this.
Of course. You're from Michigan? You're from Southeast Michigan? What area? Are you in, like, Troy? Isn't that in Southeast Michigan?
Do you use NPM often? Literally every day.
Literally every day.
I literally don't know how to do my job without NPM.
I moved for a job, yes.
Did I move for a job? I got relocated from Finland for my engineering job. So yeah.
Finland.
That's what the flag is that you see above in every video. So this is where I've been filming from this angle. Hold on. I have my mile-long lapel mic cord. 1 second.
Mile-long lapel.
Let's see. What do you guys do when you're discouraged about coding, but you have to code anyways? So the choice is you have bills to pay. You should probably do it anyways.
What you do, because you do have to pay bills, or you do just have to plow through. If you really can't keep going, then you call up a friend and you rant at them about what frustrated you, and then they laugh at you, and then you feel better.
See?
That's true.
Yeah.
Other than the Bay Area,
I did that today.
Yeah. That happens quite often. You need some friends to rant to, or you'll be very sad.
Yeah.
let's see.
Because like you can rant to your spouse, but they're always like, I don't know what any of those words are. So thanks.
Literally
Thanks for that.
today, Alan, I was telling him about work, and he's like, "That's why they call it work, because it's fun. It wouldn't be work."
No.
Let's see. One question was like Udemy, Udacity, or Team Treehouse. Udacity is really expensive. Udemy is okay for what you get. Team Treehouse is constantly updated. Probably go with Team Treehouse right now because Udacity is a little expensive. And then Udemy.
Hashtag partner.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you want to check out the thing, use the click the code. What up? What's my favorite part of being a dev? Probably the lifestyle that it affords, at least for me.
And you get to make stuff that people use.
Yep.
It's never like the
You get
same.
to, it's like the nerd form of art that you can get paid. It's like the only artistry thing left in a career that you can get paid to do.
That's interesting. I mean, yeah.
I mean, like, so like you're designing and you're creating, right? So you can either do UI, UX, or be like a developer and create
No,
stuff.
I think you're right about getting paid. It's funny. I never thought about it as art.
I mean, there are plenty of people that get paid to do like music producing and
Yeah, but
making cakes.
the
I
amount
don't
of
know.
jobs available for that versus the pay and
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Where are the tech jobs in Montana? They're not. That's why I work for a remote company in Denver. Most of my friends moved away because they couldn't get jobs. There are a few jobs in some of the bigger cities like Missoula and Helena and stuff, but most people either move away, they get a crappy job, or they work remote, and that's pretty much the
And then
options.
get an amazing job and then live in a super cheap state.
That's the dream. I don't pay the King's tax like you guys all do, so it's no
Yeah.
big deal.
That's legit. Yarn or NPM? So I tried Yarn for a while, and it's all right. But NPM basically took all the cool stuff from Yarn and implemented it in their new version. So, and they have more maintainers.
Yeah, that's actually kind of exactly what we used Yarn at work for a really long time, and then we switched to NPM once they had that big update.
Yep, that's pretty much what happened at my last job too. Especially because there are a few packages that when you download them, they have installation hooks, and they don't work with Yarn because they're like made for NPM. If you're ever trying to automate like formatting or something with Husky, for example, I'm just kidding. That doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
Do I use jQuery? Yeah, sometimes. Actually, yeah, I do. I was using that. I was making a Chrome extension. NPM
There are plenty of Java jobs. They're a little more like enterprisey. You tend to stick around longer. They're not going to be as like startup-y culture.
Yeah.
Look at the thumbnail on my YouTube page. All you see is just my name and the bottom.
Did you make any notice?
Just look at it.
I gotta go now. Back to the subs page.
I'm going.
Josh. Is that what you changed it to? Oh, that's awesome. I like how you didn't like increase the text, you just scaled it so it's like all blurry and shitty.
Do you guys, Tay, do you end right at 5 with your remote job?
No, well, not me because I'm the CTO. So like, I actually have work running in the background of this conversation right now. So,
Are you populating the database?
Yeah, I'm doing that stuff for that particular customer, which I'm not going to name. But yeah, like as CTO, I kind of work like all hours of the day whenever I have time. I would say for the vast majority of the time I've worked remote, though. Yeah, I end right around 5.
Oh, one thing, guys, that I forgot to mention is that it's Taylor's birthday yesterday, so we have like identical birthday. He's 16th and I'm 17th, so we were gonna do like the dual birthday stream.
Oh my god, I literally can't keep up with all these questions. I look away for 1 second, I have a scroll bar.
Best way to store Android app data? I don't know. I mean,
probably just local storage.
On your app.
Yeah, there's an API for actual local storage. I think it just gets saved in a temporary directory associated with the application. I can't remember exactly because it's been a while.
Yeah, donation. Yeah, it depends on what your app needs are. I mean, if you're bringing up SQL, like if you have a lot of users, you'll need a database.
Yeah, that's true.
Should I feel concerned about specializing in a specific technology, or should I pursue this passion full-heartedly? I think you...
Hashtag barrel roll.
Yeah. I think you should just figure out what you like.
I think VR and blockchain are both really new technologies, so you're going to have tough time merging those at a company. But there are a few. Question, wondering what degree I should choose. Versatile and less math intensive. Thank you for your kind Deleros. Thanks so much.
Yeah. I don't know about degrees. I'm self-taught when it comes to tech.
What degree?
In
So,
general.
I mean, well, you do want to do like a bachelor's degree, or you want to do an associate's degree? Do you actually want the degree? Like, you could do an associate's of computer science and still get the same job as some dude with a bachelor's. To be honest,
that's true. It depends on what you want. Like, if you're actually going to code and that's what you want to do, I do not recommend a computer science degree. A computer science degree lets you do 20, 30 different jobs, like entirely different areas, like, and programming is just one of them. If you just, like, I didn't know I wanted to program when I started computer science. Like, you can go and just have meetings all day and like plan things and design things and talk about discrete mathematics. Like, you can do all kinds of stuff that has nothing to do with programming with a CS degree. So if you want to do programming specifically, certain universities will get full stack or web development degrees, and some of them are 2 years degrees. I'd probably recommend that if you want something less math intensive.
Undergraduate as a personal goal. All right, so unless you want to do something that's like really arts or business, you're going to have to take math if you want science in that bachelor's degree name.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it is. You're going to have to at least do calculus too.
Which, for the record, like, I made it seem like it was the hardest class in the world. Calc 2 is not hard for most people. Like,
Calc 2 is hard. I got a C.
yeah, but like, you took 3 and 4 too, didn't you?
No, there's no
Or do you
4,
not have
but
to?
there's 3.
No, right, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the majority of people who go to school could pass Calc 2. I couldn't, just because I eventually did, but it took me forever. So
Do we classify ourselves as expert developers? I don't think. All right, this is how it would work. Taylor is a pro coder. Katie is a pro coder. I'm just a dude with lots of ideas, and then I try to figure out how to execute them.
I think it depends. It's more accurate if you say, like, I'm proficient in this thing, which means that you can do it without much trouble. And then an expert is somebody who really knows that space well. I don't think anybody can be an expert developer, period. Like, they're probably going to be an expert in a certain area.
yeah, I was gonna say the developer is the part I take pause with, like, not the expert part. Like, I'm an expert at many things, but what exactly do you mean by developer? Like, I don't necessarily think I'm an expert programmer, but I'm an expert in many things, I think. So it's the word developers is the key part there.
Yeah, like, I could say I'm an expert with vanilla JavaScript, and that could be accurate because I work with it so often, and I've worked with a lot of frameworks, and I know a lot of what's going on behind the scenes. But if you hand me a project in, I don't know, Rust, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Do self-taught engineers get paid less than computer science grads? No, the company's going to try to pay you as low as possible, regardless of what degree or not degree that you have.
I think starting off, you might get paid less because you don't have as much backing you. You're more of a risk at first.
Yeah. It also depends where you work. Like, if you work at Facebook or Google or Apple, they actually have like kind of pay structures that are set up, and so you might actually just get put into this bucket and get paid differently. But if you're anywhere else, like any normal company, they just have X amount of money for a position. So if you get it, you get the money. Like, it's not like they're like, oh, let's dock his pay $10,000 because he doesn't have a degree. Like, if you get the job,
they want their profit, and they have set aside a certain amount of money for you. It doesn't matter if someone comes in with a master's degree. If they get that job, they're getting, whatever they get.
Yeah.
We've had requests for doggos, and he called you Poppy Joe.
All right. Hold on. Carry the stream for me.
Okay.
Answer questions. I'll go get doggos.
So there's a question. What's the remote dev day like, Tay?
So, yeah, and mine's probably different than normal. I will give you my experience before I became the CTO. I would wake up about 10 minutes before I had to go to work. I would shower, and then I'd go work, and then I'd work until 5, and then I'd quit. And I don't have any kids, and I have dogs that let themselves out, so I never had to do anything. I had no distractions. So I just kind of sat in my room and worked very quietly. Yeah. I mean, it was literally just like any other job. But
Yeah, except less distractions.
Yep.
I mean, people call you, but it's not as bad as being in an office where people just.
Oh yeah, yeah. People always act like you have nothing to do. Like my mom would call me. She'd be like, "Hey, what are you doing? Can I borrow you in your truck?" And I'm like, "Yeah." In like 6 hours. It's 8 in the morning. Like I can't help you right now.
Yeah.
What do you prefer? AWS, DigitalOcean, Azure, Linode, or Docker containers?
DigitalOcean, obviously.
Yeah, I'm really big on DigitalOcean. AWS is perfectly fine. I think AWS is really good. I think that DigitalOcean just has the things that I want from a platform, whereas AWS does have them and like a billion other things, but they're just a little more expensive. I've never tried Linode. I hear it's really good though. It might be Linode. I don't know how you pronounce it, but
Yeah, I've only messed with AWS a little bit and Docker a little bit, and not Kubernetes at all. So I have just skimmed the top of the gigantic ocean that is DevOps.
And for the record, Docker containers and Kubernetes don't really fit in the same category as the rest of those things. You could use
That's
Docker
true.
containers and Kubernetes on all 4 of those other platforms without issue. I think there's a Docker hub where you can host stuff, but I've never used it.
How do we know each other? We used to work together and we stayed friends.
After, the job that I talk about in the videos where I'm like, after they laid us all off, us all, that's us 3.
Yeah,
Actually, there was
9 people were laid off, and that was the entire department.
Yeah, they just pulled us in. We had a deadline. We were up till 3 a.m. the night before working on it. And then the CTO is like, great job, guys. Hop in this hangout with us. And then he's like, unfortunately, it's every one of your last day. We ran out of money. Wait, what?
Yeah, and they were literally shutting down all of our emails and Slacks and everything while he was in that call. And there was a guy who was at a funeral that day. He didn't even get fired for real. It was the biggest, like, and we had done so much overtime that they had kept promising us that they would, compensate us for because we were trying to meet that deadline. So much overtime. And then they just laid us off.
The worst part about that
different.
whole thing is that I didn't think that's what was happening at all. Because if you guys remember, it was my last day because I had found a different job and I gave 2 weeks. And so my last day, I thought it was everyone coming to like say goodbye to me in a video chat. And so I'm like, oh, okay, this will be like interesting. Like,
no, I
everyone's
told
just
us
like,
that we were
oh,
going
bye,
to get
Taylor.
fired.
Yeah, and then the CTO comes in and fires everyone. I was like, oh boy.
I was
Luckily
so
for
shocked.
Taylor, he has a new
so
job.
mad. I was so mad. I was so mad specifically for Kevin being at a funeral and after working until 3 a.m. Like, who does that?
Bye, Diego Lozano. Have a nice day.
Later.
Thanks
Oh,
for
yeah.
hanging. Do you think I could learn or find a front-end job solely being proficient in HTML, CSS, JS, and jQuery? Yeah, you're probably going to get something a little more design-oriented if that's the extent of your experience. So that's my opinion.
Taylor,
What?
got a trick for you.
Well, you got a magic trick?
Yeah. Say stop.
Stop.
Wait, which one? This one? Or
Yeah,
one
that's
more?
the one. No, the one, yeah.
The one that I'm on? Sorry,
Mhm.
I'm trying to keep them in frame here. So this is the Queen of... Well, I already showed it to you. Let's do it again, because I can see it in the picture. Okay, here,
Oh, I see.
let's do, I don't know, like 3 of clubs, maybe, I guess? I don't know. Sure. Yeah, just say stop.
Stop.
Well, hold on, they're getting... Which one? This one?
Yep.
Right here.
That's the one.
Okay.
Yep. Magic. Actual magic, dude.
I've given up all
Do
of
we
them.
have personal portfolios? I mean, I consider my GitHubs part of my portfolio.
Thanks, Level ZS. See ya. Sorry.
I'm not really job hunting right now, so I'm not like maintaining a website.
I have a portfolio. I link it on my resume, but I haven't updated it in a while because I'm not really job hunting. Any tips on finding a mentor? What value could you don't provide? Well, you just need to be interested. Normally, it's pretty fulfilling for mentors just to give their information in general. People like to teach. People like to help. Maybe you could take a little bit of tedious stuff off his hands.
Yeah, it's more about like being not trying to sell him about what you can do for him or her, but like I don't know, being available, making it easy for them to give them your time. Don't ask for like a full day. Ask for 20 minutes at a time, kind of thing.
All right, lowering bitrate again. People say stream lag. All right, going down to 1800.
This Vicky guy's asked like 5 times my opinions on Salesforce developers.
You get paid more.
I think what?
You get paid more.
I think that Salesforce is a fine platform. I think that if you're a Salesforce developer, you're probably an idiot because I cannot imagine tying myself that tightly to just some platform that is just used by people. Like someone could come up with a better one tomorrow and it would just replace you. Like it could replace all the jobs and all the developers. Like it seems like a terrible idea. But if you use Salesforce, I think it's probably a good tool. Like I hear good things about it.
I know they get paid more, but that's probably for the reason that you just said is because you're taking a risk by calling yourself a developer, but you're just learning how some program some guy made. Thanks for your time. Amazing stream. It's 4:26 in the morning. Thanks for hanging out at 4:26 in the morning. Appreciate you.
Dang. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Afro Mike. It's good to see you again. As a self-taught developer, what did you do to retain the info you were learning on various sites? I always built as I read, and Afro Mike can tell you I used to do live streaming of my coding process. So what I would do is I would like read to understand so that I could do it for an audience. That's how I started out. Just use it. Just use it.
And for the record, it takes giant balls to live stream yourself coding. I have no intention to ever do it, but Katie has like hundreds of videos of her coding stuff. And
I have giant balls.
Yeah, Katie has giant lady balls. Because
I also have little massage balls back there. Do you see them?
Oh yeah.
Do we have standing desks? Taylor has his own custom standing desk. I don't have a standing desk. I have
a standing desk.
Okay, well.
I could stand it.
I work out. I call it a day.
I work out.
My microphone would get knocked out.
It's not much, but happy birthday. It's more than I had before. Thank you, Conrad.
Conrad.
Oh, that's sweet.
I know that guy.
Thanks, dude.
Did I use FCC as a main part of your learning or to supplement it? It was definitely a supplement, and I mostly did the challenges. Also, I don't really know how much it's changed. I did it when it was brand new.
Taylor, you have a YouTube channel? Yeah, he has a YouTube channel. It's called Meta Taylor. It's a red M. That's his symbol. If you could just share your screen and go to your channel, please, Taylor.
I'll just link my channel. How about?
Okay.
Yeah.
Easier.
How do you break out of tutorials? You take one of the tutorials and you twist it to be your own. This is what I do. When you're doing a tutorial, usually you have thoughts, or maybe you don't. But when I'm doing a tutorial, I'm like, what would happen if I do this? And then I end up breaking something. And then I end up having to revert it. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll just keep going. Then I have another question. Well, what would happen if I do this? And then maybe the next time it works. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should go back and try that other thing I broke before. And then you keep doing that.
Oh.
Yes.
Josh, you dumb stream doesn't let me post links. So, fail.
All right.
I don't actively release any videos or stream currently. But I've been thinking about a few videos, and Josh has been roping me into hanging out on his streams, so maybe we'll do something on my channel eventually.
Anyways, just go to youtube.com/metataylor. I have a custom URL, so you can just go there that way.
Dude, I already got you.
Taylor, how do you manage your time? I don't know. Same way as a normal dev. Being CTO mostly just means doing whatever your job was before, plus like 20 to 30 hours of meetings. So that's really all it is that you just gotta have the meetings when you have the meetings, and then when you're not doing that, do your old job. So that's really the key, is getting more and more efficient. Like it used to take me hours to do all kinds of different things, and I've gotten it down to where I can do them in minutes. Like I'll do them in meetings sometimes because you got to get them done. But I think of them as two kind of separate things. Like the meetings and the boring kind of CTO stuff you do first, and then you kind of make time and room for
Bye,
the rest.
Conrad. Thanks for hanging out.
Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
See ya.
There's such a thing as too much sugar syntax.
I don't know what that means.
Are you talking about things like excessive use of the spread operator, or like await async versus normal promises? Is that what you're talking about?
Carry on.
Get out of here with your magic, dog.
I think some sugar is useful, and sometimes it makes it more readable, and sometimes it's just showing off. I think it's 100% contextual.
Yeah, I think that there is a little overuse on it though. I think some people are like, your code has to be completely readable, and sometimes they'll make it like 4 times longer than it has to be. Every once in a while, I'll just write some code that you like can't even understand it. You just put a comment.
You need to pick one.
The one that's sticking out, obviously, in the middle.
Which one? I'm trying to. This one?
Not that one. Not that one. That's the one that he wants you to pick.
That's the bait. I want it.
This one? Which one? Let me spell one. I'm trying to. Which one?
I don't know. I can't point.
Well, I can't only hold.
We can't point.
That one, Josh.
This one? This one?
Yes.
No, that was the worst one.
All right, we'll go to the middle. This one?
Yeah, that's the one.
All right, I can't. Well, hold on. Well, I have to show you guys without me seeing it somehow, right?
Oh,
all right, here we go. Got it?
Yep, I see it.
Okay, you good?
Yep.
Okay, I can't see it. Tell me where in here. I can't see it. Here? Is this good?
You can't see your hands.
See it either.
You're the worst webcam magician.
Where?
Now.
Here?
Thanks for hanging out, Tyler.
Here, we'll just put it there. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Are we ready? Here we go.
He just like throws it and it lands on the screen.
All right, we found it. There it is.
Magic.
Right.
Actual magic.
How do you stay up to date?
Okay. See ya, Bitcoin. Thanks, Tyler.
I don't know. You read?
The magic dev.
You follow things on Twitter?
Egghead.io.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I stay up to date.
You go to work and you go, I want to solve a problem, and you start looking for ways to solve the problem.
Or your boss gives you a task that you don't know how to do, and then you hit that Google, and then you realize, oh, this is deprecated method. What's the new method? Boom.
Or you like follow different cool channels on YouTube that talk about coding or do coding, and then you look into the things that they're talking about. Just use the web.
Does web development make less than mobile? Mobile devs make more than web, on average.
It depends. If you're building progressive web apps, you could make just as much.
I think they do make more though. By and large, like I said, I was doing that Stack Overflow developer survey thing just the other day. I think the average for them is about 88 versus web is like 72.
It's more niche. You can't do as much, so you're limiting yourself. So they know that.
Harder to find a job.
I'm gonna let my dogs out.
Taylor, do you still have a U3415W? No, I sold it. I have another video on that channel about my current monitor and why I switched. I have an Asus ROG Swift PGQ27, I think is the phrase. Anyways, yeah, I don't have it. I have a bunch of problems with it after I used it for a year. What else?
So, Decentrek asked you about when you know that you're ready to apply for your first entry-level job as a self-taught dev. And Josh just made a video about this recently. You just apply.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would ask Katie, because I got...
still here. You should just watch videos. Just apply.
Yeah, just apply.
So as a self-taught developer, I took jobs from people I knew in my life first, and then I started applying. So, yeah, you just start applying, but you know when you're ready, when you understand what's in the application.
When they give you a code test and you're like, oh, I think I can figure that out, then you know. At least for that job, it depends. Like the interview that I had was an accessibility interview, and he hits me with this. Here's a 4-hour code test. Do it in 45 minutes. Wait, what? Hold on. I prepared for ARIA elements. Ask me anything. Not Here you go. Or, well, I don't even have React installed. Hold on. Camera overheats.
Do you guys move your data from your workplace to your home a lot, like code that you worked on or other files? That's something, I don't know if that's unique to remote, but I like work on my personal computer a lot of the time. So I don't really move my files around because they're just on my personal computer.
Yeah, I have a
I do,
VPN.
but yeah.
I have a VPN and I pull in the repo from wherever I'm at. If I'm here, I want to use this setup that I have, which is a lot faster than my tablet.
Yeah, it depends on what I'm trying to do. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
How many projects do you recommend first before applying? Is that what you're saying?
Project, as many as you possibly can.
Yeah, just challenge yourself. Just keep going until you get a job.
Yep.
You do it.
I put like 5. I want to say I had 5 on my resume when I first
look,
started.
My dad is here. My
It's
dad
your
watches the stream.
dad.
Hey, everyone go subscribe to Mechanical Dad. That's my dad.
Dude, I watched this video the other day with his ohm reader and his little thing. I was like, I don't know what any of this is, but neat.
I didn't know that my dad knew how to use the phone enough to be able to type that comment on live. I'm so proud. I'm proud of you, Dad. I didn't think that you'd be able to figure that one out.
He knows what he's doing. He made a video.
Yeah, he's making a new video for like what to look for when you walk onto like a sketchy used parking lot or car lot, or any used car lot is pretty sketchy to be honest. Like what do you check for to make sure that, like, so this is one thing that they do at car lots. If a car is parked over a puddle, it means they don't want you to climb underneath it.
Huh.
Right? So that's one of those things. They don't want you getting underneath and like looking for oil leaks because that's part of this. Oh, it won't get. It's just got water. Anyways.
Yeah, it's true.
Are there more jobs in Silicon Valley? I don't know. If you want to live there and pay ridiculous rent in a really crowded place with a lot of people without homes.
Yep.
Yeah, Silicon Valley definitely has a lot of jobs, but there's kind of a pushback against Silicon Valley because it's kind of a bubble and it's super expensive. And when you live there, it's like they expect your whole life to be tech.
Yeah. I always hear people talk about browser incompatibilities, but I haven't ran into any yet. Is that just the thing that's dying off, or are you too junior to run into them?
It's kind of something that's dying off with Babel. If you're using
Babel, and there's that one that actually will, what's it called? Modernize JS, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, Modernizer.
Yeah, it is kind of dying off, and the main reason I think it's dying off is that Chrome is now Chrome is the most up-to-date, best kind of version of everything, and so many people use it. Back when Internet Explorer was the thing, and they never did anything, it was a giant piece of shit. Like, it was different because you had
welcome.
Yeah, it was rough. I think it is dying off a lot.
I mean, you'll still run into them sometimes. People that just don't know, or a project that isn't set up with a good transpiler, or like new CSS things that haven't been implemented yet. So, anyways.
Yeah.
Everybody check out my dad. I look just like my dad. My dad looks he can grow a mustache. Actually, no, this is like the genetic thing I have why I don't grow facial hair is because I have this spot here where I can't grow, and it's just like I have half a stash and another half a mustache. And so
Really?
I can't grow hair here, neither can my dad.
A lot of people have that. It's like in the V or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Sad days.
Maybe you could get one of those like villain mustaches that curl on the edges.
No. I just look homeless with facial hair. I'm sorry. I don't look manly or burly. I just look like I need help.
I'm sure I would look great with facial hair. Maybe
Can I do a
should try.
tutorial on blockchain? All right, that's a very vague and I don't even know. I can tell you how the blockchain works.
Don't wait. Josh, make a video though instead.
Yep, got it. Easy subscribers, writing that down.
Easy subs. Do you interview?
From IT to dev, what projects stand out? Just typical dev projects. Connect to an API, maybe make an API, import some data, patch some data to an existing API in Firebase, maybe update some sort of column there. when I was
Yep.
playing to different.
Switching from IT is not weird. That's what I did. Like, it's very, very
that's not weird.
Yeah.
Did you use a template cover letter to apply for different positions or unique cover letters? I say have like your base cover letter and then tweak it for each job.
Do the copy paste and then change company name. Obviously, all right, there's like a few core things you need. You need to look for their core values. Every company has some cheesy core values like determination, respect, don't harass. Like, that's probably not a value, but
Ecological responsibility.
whatever, yeah. Nice arm tattoo. It's the most cliche tattoo in the world. Every girl on earth has a feather exploding into birds. Have you seen that? I'm basically, your typical girl. I went too far here. So, like, I wasn't paying attention. He's like, just tell me when. And then he goes, like, one bird too far. And I look, and I'm like, well, there goes every interview with long sleeves.
I thought that's like one single bird.
I look, it's ridiculously big.
Well, yeah.
Put a watch over it.
What? So I'm trying to figure out how I could get the rest of it going, but who knows? Great, now I look feminine. Hold on. I got long hair. Here we go.
Fanboy.
Well, maybe we can do emo kid, maybe. Yeah, there we go.
There you go. Seeing
Oh,
kid.
but you gotta look at your camera like this.
Any tips for learning C? Yeah, don't. That's all I'm gonna say. C's a shit language. No offense.
I'm so pretty. That's what I tell myself in the mirror every morning.
Aww.
Yeah, learn C++ if you're gonna learn one of them.
And then do it on Unreal Engine so you don't have to sit in a console.
Yep.
I love how people just use my driveway to turn around in. It's so creepy every time. Like, I know that they're just turning around, but when they pull in, and then they, like, back for that brief second where they're, like, switching gears in the car, you're like, what are they doing?
Yeah. I mean,
so Joseph, I don't want to ignore you. If you know, I want to know.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, if you know one, let me know, because I ran into that a while ago and there was nothing good at the time, and there's still nothing good. So yes, there's C++. Okay, there's a self-taught question.
Oh, do you need to tailor your projects for the field you're applying to, or do any projects help with getting hired? I generally try to stick to the language of the area you want to go into. So if you really want to get into AI or something, like, don't make all your projects in jQuery,
That's true, actually.
But yeah, in general, just like have a lot to show, a variety of different problems that you're solving, that you might encounter in the space.
This is what you need. You need like a fully complete project. You need wireframes to host that on a website. Ideally, if that website that's hosted has a backend, even better. If you're grabbing data from a database on that website, even better. All right, I'm done.
That's for web dev. The dev types.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's the majority of the people here.
That's true. That's true. And we're all web devs.
Yeah. If you have to learn C, by the way, there is a book that I read. I have it somewhere that exists. It's called Learning to Program a Video Game with C. That's what I'd recommend, because it kind of goes into detail about a lot of different stuff. In general, if you're trying to learn a language, my recommendation is to pick a project and keep the scope small, but try and do everything in that project in that language, and you will run into things that aren't intuitive. You'll run into things that you have to learn. Like, you'll learn a ton of information just by doing that, even if it's a small project. Just by going through the whole project, you'll learn a bunch of stuff.
Taylor, what OS do you program in?
Oh God, that's a question. So I have a MacBook Pro right here.
Watch this video.
That I use a lot. I also have Windows PC that I'm on right now with 3 monitors, but most of my development is actually inside of a VM on Linux inside of my Windows machine. So I actually pretty regularly will do code in all 3 of them at the same time. I very much prefer Linux, though. That is my preferred dev environment. Not my preferred everything environment, but dev.
So Let's see. Thoughts on Ruby, Ruby on Rails? I'll put a link in the chat. That's my thought on Ruby and Rails in general. Triple boot a Mac.
I've done it. I have a Hackintosh, or yeah, this PC will boot into Mac mode. I know you can also triple boot the laptop, but I don't like my laptop as much. We got a guy with an on-site interview with Amazon.
Go to Glassdoor. Look at their interview questions.
Ooh,
Yeah, congrats. I cannot help you there.
Mm-hmm.
I also like smaller companies.
Thanks
I
for
never really
birthday
wanted
wish.
to work for a big guy.
Yeah.
Thoughts on
but I have
React
no
versus
advice
React
for you.
Native? It's a great API, very similar. What do you mean? What's the versus part?
Yeah, I wish I had more advice for that Amazon guy, though. I don't really. They're going to ask you algorithm questions, so I would study on that. I don't think they'd ask you about system design unless you're going for a higher level position, but good luck.
Yeah, tell us how
those
it
big
goes.
corporation, that's rough. That's rough goings.
Did I quit my job to learn dev, and how much time did you spend learning a day? I actually had to stop working at my job because I got sick and I had to do a lot of physical therapy, and it was very boring. I like working, and so I learned to develop because I was tired of not working. And then as I started to get healthier, I got work and broke into the industry, got real jobs, and now I'm a real developer.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I just assumed you did it while you were doing your other job, like on the side.
No, I had to stop working because I was not well.
That's still good.
So yeah. So I did it because mostly I wanted something sane. I was like, I hate going to the doctor. And so
Yeah.
I just wanted to do something, and then I realized, hey, I really like this, and then I started making money, so why not keep going?
Yeah.
Did that have anything to do with your reason for getting a standing desk? No. I do not have those health problems today. My physical therapy went fine.
Let me explain why I don't like Ruby on Rails. Ruby on Rails has a lot of magic commands. You type Rails generate new app. It does almost everything for you. Every single time you want to do something in Rails, there's a command for it. So you end up memorizing commands more so than learning how Ruby syntax works. Like Ruby on Rails has all these keywords that you just basically memorize, and so when you want to customize it and do something, I don't know, if you want to do something fancy, you're like, all right, I just want to add this real quick, and then Rails is like, we have a command for that, and we're like, well, that's not exactly what I'm. Sorry, bro, we got you. Well, hold on, just a second. Nah, bro, we got it. Well, let me just do my. No, there's a command for that. Like that's Rails. You have to fight against it and MacGyver these weird fixes. I know that was my first job, so never again.
We've got an interesting one. What library, concepts, or technology do I need to know to process scanned images to text?
Python.
What is it?
No, it's not a library, but just learn, or technologies. If you want to learn machine learning, it's Python. Image recognition, Python.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but there are a lot of existing libraries that help you with that. Just
Well,
Google.
she said or technologies.
Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know of any. I mean, I guess Periscript is one. That's what we use that one, but we have to.
Someone brought up TensorFlow. I mean that. Yeah.
TensorFlow. That I want to learn how to automate video games with machine learning. That'd be so fun. Like the dude that automates. I heard that Lullaby, by the way.
Yeah, it's telling me that it's time for me to get ready for bed.
Oh, that's.
And I'm very late.
What?
That's all good.
I wanna do one of those games. Have you seen those evolution video games on YouTube where they use machine learning to like
The
make
Mario, like the Super Mario one.
Mario,
Yeah.
whatever? I think those are really fun.
Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do some of those really bad. I think that's like the coolest concept. Everyone seems to make it.
So actually, what I'm going to be doing is a review of a. So I've got some partnerships that I'm going to be doing. I got Team Treehouse. I'm going to be reviewing every single track that they offer. Might take some time, but I'm going to make a video review on every single track, or overview, and how applicable it is. And then I'll post that on my website. And then
Be right back.
And then I also got one with Pluralsight. So I'm going to start reviewing Pluralsight stuff. And then I'm going to be shadowing Lambda School next week.
Oh, it's cool that you just gonna like walk around the campus and like look at.
No, it's all online. So they have like a 9 to 5 curriculum, like hangouts and stuff all day. And I'll just jump in their lecture and be like, all right, this is what they learned, and this is where I would use it where I work. So I'll be making a video on that. NYC Tech Scene looks pretty good without a CS degree. You don't need a CS degree. Don't worry about it. Happy birthday. Thanks. I might finish.
You gotta hold me. Yeah, you're not finished.
I'm not finished. I just lived there, and I was married to a girl there. That was finished.
Any tips on getting a BA in computer science? Nope. Just go to class, show up, do your stuff. I have tips for getting a job after you get a BA. I have a video about that on my channel. But yeah, you want to do projects on the side, or you'll be very sad. Guaranteed, you'll be sad if you don't have projects. I have a buddy who has a master's degree in computer science and a bachelor's degree, and he still can't find a job because he refuses to work on something that he doesn't get paid for.
You can't. All right, so this is the thing. You can't work for yourself if you're not already working for yourself when you don't have to work.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're not going to be able to get a job, like, if you're not doing a job outside of that before you get it. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but you need to be working. You need to be working on your own before someone tells you what to do and how to do it before you can get to that point. I can't give you tips on getting a job in Silicon Valley. All I know is that there's a lot of startups there, and you could probably find one on AngelList. Getting an associate's degree in computer science and doing a boot camp, absolutely smart move. You'll have a little bit of the checkbox, and then you'll have those actual hard skills. Bud the Pit, happy birthday, thanks. Taylor, they want to hear about your transition.
From IT? Yep. Yeah, saw that. Yeah, so I was, when I was in school, I was a system administrator, and I did IT help desk stuff, and then I also transitioned. The last year I was there, I did a little bit of network programming for them. And so because I was dabbling in programming a little bit, I used that as kind of that plus all the projects in my schooling and all that to kind of springboard myself out of the position. So that's generally what I would do, is try and find a project that kind of merges the two fields together. For example, something that would be really hyper relevant to modern setup is like setting up a automatic Docker setup, something with Kubernetes or something like that, where you have like kind of an advanced deploy process and then build a little application on top of that. So then you can kind of showcase both skills at the same time, and then people will see that and be interested and hopefully, give you an interview.
Thanks for the welcome back, Colt.
How big is your
education compared to overall skills when you search for general development jobs, knowledge instead of education, if you get what I mean? It really depends on the kind of job you're going for and how many years experience you have. After a certain point, it's only about experience. Well, I guess to clarify, it's probably always about experience. The only difference is if you come out of college, you have no experience. And so they use your education as like, okay, well, he has no experience, but here's this other thing that he kind of has. But if it's really always about experience. They just kind of equate education to experience to a certain degree. And that's formal education. I think if you're an educated person in general, it's not necessarily the same thing. How would you go about asking for more responsibilities without getting all the crap work dumped on you? I would go to someone with a problem that you see and then a potential solution and say that you're willing to help solve it.
Yep, that's classic Katie move. She comes with problems, but she only comes to me with problems when she already has a solution for them. Then it's like, okay,
Really?
cool. That's your sure. Do it that way. You got an answer for me. I don't even have to think about it.
Well, I do like having ways that I think it could be solved.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it shows that you care and you're invested.
Yeah,
But
it goes a long way to have an idea of how to fix it, even if it's like a terrible idea and I kibosh it right away. Like it's still better than just saying, "Hey, this is a problem," and just whining about it.
Yeah, I think it also opens up the conversation to be a productive one and shows you're not whining.
Yeah.
Which that really it's easy. It's really easy to get people just complaining when you're talking about dev. I don't know how many devs that you've ever sat in a room with, but if you get one person talking about a problem, it can just keep going.
Just because misery loves company, everyone wants to complain. There's always something to complain about.
Josh, Nicholas wants to know tips for transitioning to remote.
I typed out everything.
You did there. Oh, well, yeah. You said where you could get jobs, but like you're currently doing the move. You're doing the transition.
So you have to go with an argument saying you can't say I get more work done. I mean, you can because that's the meme. That's what everyone says. Oh, I get more work done. But why? Why do you get more work done? What distracts you about the current situation that you're in? And what are your hours going to look like? Also, what's the trade-off that you're willing to make? Can they call you at 3 a.m. and you're going to answer the phone? Like, I was pretty open with that. You want to talk to me 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday in the movie theater? I'll answer the phone. Just let me not be in this cubicle.
I mean, so Josh said that, but like my previous job was really anti-remote because they really loved their very shitty office at the time, which they have recently upgraded.
If you don't let me work remote, that means you have some problems with trust. If you don't trust me, you don't respect me.
Yeah.
If you don't respect me, I'm not going to work for you.
Well, so when I wanted 1 day remote because it was a very distracting environment, and so when I went into my like 6-month review, I just was like, hey, I've done great in all these areas, right? I want 1 day at home. And they're just like, well, we don't know about that. And I was like, I want 1 day at home. Oh, I think everybody would like that. I would like 1 day at home. I just kept saying it, and they're just like, oh, okay, yeah, we could give that to you. I was like, I would like that in writing.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah. Cool. Good practice projects. Any good sites? Free Code Camp has some good ones if you're doing web dev. There's like Code Wars and Coding Game. You can do code fights. You could do them like in real time against people. Those are good practice things.
If you do well enough on code fights, you'll get reached out to by companies.
Do you write your own test for your code? If so, during or after the code is complete?
Writing tests before sucks because requirements can change, and then you wrote tests for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, so testing is really great. The ideal is to have like everything tested well, but a lot of times deadlines get in the way of like super robust testing because you just have to get the feature out. That has definitely happened at some of my jobs where it's like, just do it, and then I had to make it work for various skill levels, and they all contributed, and anyways, blah blah blah.
What is the youngest person everyone's worked with?
Probably you, Taylor.
Yeah, I was gonna say
23, 22.
That's Taylor. That was Taylor when we were at BCG.
I've been the youngest person at every job I've had, except for one. We had an intern who was in college. I don't know how old they were. But now I'm old as fuck because I'm 26 now. So
in
over
tech.
a quarter of a century.
Yeah, in tech I'm old. So now any day now, I'm sure I'll be the oldest dude in the company. That's how it works, right?
Why do you have to write code then write tests to make sure your code works? Okay, because you need to do that, especially in like the financial sector. So if you're messing with people's money or taxes, something like that, if they pay the wrong amount of tax for whatever reason, they go to jail, but that's on you because you messed up the program, right? That's why you have to, like for something where it's just like an email, all right, no big deal. But when you're messing with like sensitive data, you don't want that going wrong.
And another
Also,
note.
oh yeah, go ahead.
I was
Okay,
just
I'll
gonna
just
say,
do it fast. I was gonna say if you're gonna have somebody working on it later, they could break it. So yeah.
that's the main reason that people do it is like you do it so that you know that it works a month from now, a year from now, and 5 years from now, because you can run the test in 2 seconds and all that code works. So you completely refactor all kinds of stuff about your application. You might break all kinds of functions because you're a stupid dumbass and you didn't realize how it all worked, which is fine because you have a test and then it tells you it broke and then you can go back and fix it. So
Do you think the easiest language to learn?
The emoji language.
The emoji language. So I think the word easiest, it's not even a language though.
Look, let's fight. Let's fight about it.
Well, easiest depends because like there's so many good tutorials for things like JavaScript
PHP.
out there now. But I think Ruby is like a very clean,
Python
forward style of writing. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends on.
Ruby has spacing issues. If you don't indent, like Ruby's entire syntax is based off indentations, and you have to manually do it. It's terrible. Python is almost the same.
It's like easy because like in Python you can write like one line and it'll essentially execute like a billion lines of code because Python makes no sense. But PHP you can also like assign variables that are in no way related to each other and it'll just figure out how to do it. Like it'll just pretend that it works. So it depends on what you think is easiest. Like if it's typing or logistically, or if you like saving time, then Python's probably easiest.
Also, Brandon, don't lie. You know CSS is a nightmare. And it's that GIF where they're trying to adjust the blinds.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever run into a CSS bug? It's like, it could take me 2 minutes. It could take me 2 days. You never know because it's CSS.
Yep.
Haskell is better than all.
I wrote a program in
Thanks,
Haskell. Dude. It was bad. I had no stars to Haskell.
Vlaslo just upgraded his pledge on Patreon to $15. Dude, thanks.
What?
I appreciate that. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, check out the Patreon. I'm going to show it one more time at the end, very end.
Josh, your description has oh, you updated it already. Never mind.
Yeah, I got you.
You're on it, dog. I was gonna say you need to update. You had your Patreon in there.
I understand, and I expect no one to join, but it would be so sweet if I could just make vids all day. That's the dream team. And then I could like bother them while they're at work and be like, because I know they both work at home all day.
Already about this work.
Yeah.
We already bug each other during work. Let's be honest.
Yeah. It's in progress, but Patreon is where it's at. I need to update the stuff. If you guys have ideas for perks that you want, just tell me. I just winged it.
Node isn't usually paired with SQL. I mean, in production, I see Node paired with SQL all the time, especially Postgres and MySQL. The two of those are great solutions for a lot of big data issues. And SQLize is usually the one that you use as an ORM. I don't know. We're using Node and SQL at my current job.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times people use NoSQL or a lot of the flat data structures just because it's kind of new and edgy. But there's like a lot of reasons why structured relational databases are still really useful. If you want, there's a really, really good article from Pinterest. And they talk about how at scale, flat databases are actually a huge pain in the ass for what they do. And it's a really good example of like when you shouldn't just follow the trends. And so really you have to pay attention to what you're working on and see if it's better to do it. But SQL is still a really good language. It's actually gaining popularity in this most recent Stack Overflow survey. It went up from last year, which it hasn't done in years, like probably 5 or 6 years. It's been going down. It finally switched directions.
I think there's a reason it's been around so long. I mean, it's not like a sexy language, but it works.
Taylor, let's have a flex off.
Pass.
I'll get CSS flex.
I'll do a flex off and just lose. This is
you have to twist your elbow or twist your palm towards your face. There you go.
Yeah, boy.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. I have to get closer to the camera. Here we go. Hold on, I gotta unplug. Douchebag, here we go.
Giant muscles win the day.
Dang. I mean, that's goals. I mean,
That's me.
not that I want to be that big, but I want the muscles.
Anyways.
Katie channel. I don't post videos lately, but I have some plans for some, and I will be around a little more frequently on Josh's channel. So I will.
We're gonna do the panel thing. I got an email during this, and we're gonna. Oh, we had someone that wants to be interviewed. So Joseph, we interviewed him. I don't know if you noticed him. He's modding the chat for us, but
because he's awesome.
Yeah, but he was one of our dudes that we interviewed.
Was he the guy
the first
from
one.
London Town?
I don't remember.
Who was the guy from the UK?
No, that wasn't him. No, that was like remember the very first person we interviewed, Katie.
Oh,
yeah. That was that's Joe.
What was funny is because we were totally like on track with our time because we were going to do short interviews with Joseph, and then we started doing the other one, and that one went 3 times longer. So he didn't get as good of an interview. So we'll have to like stick to a better schedule next time.
Get symmetric. I'm working on it. There's reasons.
Do you guys work on big projects where you have to architect how the code will be structured, or mostly small features? I think all of us have done both. I personally love when someone else does the architecting for me because it's way easier to just do small features. But architecting is part of the job too, and it's also fun. It works a different part of your brain, I think.
I think also architecting is a little bit different than big features. I think you're using them the same.
Yeah.
Architecting is like making large-scale decisions about the application as a whole, and even considerations for what could be reused in future applications and things like that. And there's also a lot of like configuration needs that I don't think configuration is fun, but I like thinking about what's most useful. So I don't know.
Yeah. No more questions. We're done. Turn off the live stream.
Okay, is it?
We got like 4 minutes, and then it'll be an hour and a half.
We had 1 second of no questions. Means we're done.
Yeah, everyone's like thoroughly enjoying. They're like, talk more, please.
Do you work with any animation connecting with JavaScript or any other programming language, like a character in a game? All 3 of us built a game together. I did like this much of it, and it is a game that is animation. But yeah, animation is all over most languages have a solution if they have a way to create an interface for an average user. I think there are some cool things out there, like phasers.
Oh, Josh, I debated them hard. They asked like 50 questions after I said that.
What did you do?
Full stack developer beats data scientist in terms of best jobs. Best jobs, data scientist wins. They will make a good data scientist can make like 300K. You can't really make that as a developer unless you are like a manager or someone who does more than just dev. But that's just best jobs. There's not nearly as many. You kind of have to be like Rain Man.
Yeah. How long does Node take for someone who knows JavaScript? As a language, if you know JavaScript, you know Node. The things that pop up if you've only been doing like front-end type JavaScript is because they're usually things like, oh, I don't know how to build an API, or I don't know how to listen for requests. Mm-hmm. So they're more like server issues if you've never worked on the back end. It's not that long. You already know the language.
Josh, did you have an internship as a freshman? I thought you did.
As a freshman in college?
Yeah. Was it not you who had the internship?
I had to. It's a mandatory internship in school in Finland.
Oh, okay. So you didn't have to like get it. They just like
no. I had to find it. It was up to you to find it, and it's mandatory. So a lot of people were just stuck because they couldn't find a job. They're like, I work for free, and they're like, sorry, no. Well, come on.
So someone wants to know what's the best way to get one. It's not CS, but how'd you get it?
You just apply. You apply and apply and apply, and they tell you no, and you say, hold on, let's talk. That's what you have to be. You have to be waiting for the no. Like you don't want to be waiting for the yes because you're never gonna expect that anyways. You just wait for the no. You're just waiting for them to be like, sorry, no, and so that you can just be like, well, let's talk anyways. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Crisp says maybe you could do a code review one day, Josh.
Oh God, no! Give that to Katie.
No, I feel bad not having a relationship with someone when I do code reviews. That's my personal
I don't
opinion.
do code reviews because I feel like I'm not the best coder.
I mean, I've done a lot of code review. It's just I do code review hoping to like help people grow, not just like do it at one point in time kind of thing.
Right.
How old is too old to get into coding to look at as a career? It's never too late. I mean, you only need a few months to learn it enough to be able to get a job. Question is, do you have a job that pays more than the entry-level position to work your way back up to it? And do you want to spend the time to do that? Like, I took a pay cut from $68,000 a year down to $18, then up to $50, then up to $65, and now to $75. And so I had to take that pay cut to switch, but now the lifestyle and all this stuff. And anyways, one person asked, did I complete the code bootcamp on this channel? No, I went to Dev Mountain, and I've reached out to them a few times, but they won't respond to me.
Yeah.
Do you guys think you will leave web dev to be another developer? Sorry, do you want to keep going on that one before we...
No, I was just going to say, there's a 75-year-old in my computer science class. He went to all the same classes I did, and he balled hard. I don't know what he's doing now, but...
Rolling in his
he knew
grave.
what he wanted.
That's awesome.
Anyways, continue. Reading your question.
I think I might leave web development. I think right now web development has a lot of interesting stuff going on, but tech moves fast, right?
I want to do automation and
next.
machine learning. Web development's boring. Machine learning and AI and robots are my thing.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said about that, though. I think that machine learning and AI and big data analytics is going to be much more what you get paid for as a dev. And I think that like Wix right now is really kind of in its infancy in Squarespace and stuff, and they're not web apps, they're websites. And I think once the ecosystem gets robust enough around some of those platforms where they can make a web app without custom programming, where they can make something so generic that you could build something like a Facebook or something like a YouTube through a builder like that, I think web development will kind of go away, and it'll be much more about analytics and data manipulation and that kind of thing. But that's going to be like 10 years from now. So for now, web dev.
What companies relocated junior? Yeah. Yep,
Or
sure
hire
will.
someone willing to move. Definitely more likely that they're willing to hire someone moving than...
They'll do both if you look on
relocate.
Angel List. There's both. I see a bunch. I got hired my first job out of college. They relocated me here, gave me a place to stay for 2 months, gave me a car for a month. Like, it was sweet. Felt like I was VIP.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a hackathon. I've done a hackathon. Those are fun. But
Yeah, I was just talking to Katie about that game jam. Josh, you should do that, by the way. You should make you should make a hackathon, but kind of like a game jam. Like, you should pick some idea or project and have all your Discord people
All right,
try
this is my idea. It's called Run and Gun, and I'm going to outsource it to my Discord.
You have to make it possible in 48 hours.
Okay.
And see what people come up with.
Here, this is my idea. It's Run and Gun, and I'm going to...
Oh my god. Can you imagine what you would come up with in 48 hours for that game?
That was the game I tried to make before Fortnite came out. Yeah.
It was basically Fortnite, but before Fortnite existed.
Before they
But it's
announced
called
Fortnite,
Run and Gun.
it was called Run and Gun,
Well, that's
and
not
it's so sweet, dude.
Fortnite did exist, but before they decided to just decide that it was a battle royale, back when it was like a game about game, and when I played the alpha, and it was actually fun.
Oh, the quantum computing looks pretty sweet. I heard about it in a book the other day.
Do they really have a quantum computer? I thought they were working on it.
They have them, they're just not general purpose yet. So it's like
okay.
they have them in a big room and they can do like a thing, but they can't like install Windows on it. Essentially. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's interesting talking about quantum computing. When quantum computing comes out, we're going to have to change a lot of paradigms in computer science. Like
It's gonna be
everything we're
fun
using
as
for
hell. Is what it's
security.
gonna be.
Yeah, so just avoid a computer science degree until it happens.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be awesome because basically hardware requirements aren't gonna be like a thing. So like you could code things in a completely inefficient way if you want. If it gave you some other benefit, like it's gonna be weird. Like efficiency is not gonna like exist because you're not gonna give a shit.
But security won't exist either. The blockchain will
That's why
die.
it's fucking cool. I'm excited. I'm really excited for
Blockchain, though. But I mean, there's so I don't know. Someone's got to come up.
Blockchain's not going away. They would just
Well,
implement it.
And the hard part is that it doesn't really exist. It just kind of scales everything up. Like even with quantum computing, you could still hash things. It's just gonna, like, you're gonna have to just scale everything up, right? So rather than like 32 characters, you're gonna need like 3 million characters, and then you're gonna need a quantum computer to dehash that information. Like the concept still works. It's gonna be ridiculous.
The scale is close to infinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing this for years. One thing you hate is learning code. Love coding and making stuff, but watching tutorials. Watching tutorials is boring. What you should do is just code along and then pause the video and then try to make it into something different than what they're telling you to do. That's what I do, at least.
Yeah. Some tutorials are really boring and slow, and I'm like, why am I watching this? And then
you probably just need to find better tutorials.
Exactly. Sometimes you watch something and you're like, whoa, really? You could do it that way? That's awesome. And you get excited. So you got to find better tutorials.
Yeah, even though it's not a good idea to learn a specific framework kind of first, C#, learning C# in Unity from Brackeys is like a legit idea because he is so good at explaining things and his videos are so entertaining. He's like a 12-star developer when it comes to that. So you'd have to like translate all that information outside of Unity, but he's actually a really good tutorial maker.
Have a good night, Viddy. We'll go to bed soon. It's only like 10:15 here for us, but we have jobs.
Yeah. Let's see. Have I ever worked with a junior that sucked? I am the junior that sucked, so yes.
I've worked with mostly good juniors. I've had juniors apply who sucked, and usually it was that they tried to do too much instead of trying to finish.
They don't ask questions. That's the worst when people
yeah.
They don't come to you, like the work's not getting done, and then you have to check in, and they're like, "Sorry, I'm still working on it." Well, what do you mean you're still working on it? You said you have it done. Well, no, I ran into some issues. Well, why didn't you tell me that so that we could go over it? You know, like that's literally happened, and then they got fired. Like,
yeah, or even worse is when you go back and you're like, okay, so they tell you, I know that this was wrong. Like they know something's wrong with this section. You go, okay, so what would you do to fix it next time? And then they're like, I would do an even worse idea. And then you go, well, wait, really? Why do you think that would work better? Where did you get that idea? And they don't have any reason for why. They just know. And then when you try to talk to them, they're like, yeah, but mine would be just as good. See, now you've got a stubborn person who cannot assess themselves. That's the worst kind of junior.
That's no good.
Please start tutorial. If it shouldn't be code while teaching, you should have a complete project and explain how it works. Those are two different methods of learning. I prefer that one that you're talking about, where you give me a complete project and I break it down into pieces and figure out how it's working together, rather than starting from scratch and then building from scratch. Because I always find myself wondering, like, okay, like the thing that pisses me off with tutorials is like, all right, so I'm just gonna mention this, but we're gonna get more into that later. It's like, well, then why did you even say it, dude? Because now I'm thinking about it. Stop saying, well, we're not gonna talk about that right now. A little bit more later. Like I can't. Like it triggers me timbers. So I just go to that's Taylor's meme. I just take a complete project and then reverse engineer it. I'm like, oh, I see how this is working with that, and I think it's connected to this. So then the next time I want to use it, I'm like, oh, I've seen that before working with this. That would be a good application here. It's like going from scratch forward is like I'm constantly waiting for them to say something next. And what if they just keep missing that one thing I need to make it click? Then I can't do it. Because
there's always an aha moment with those types of tutorials, and if you miss it.
Yeah.
I think the only advantage to the step-by-step ones, and it's only if they do it well, is that you get to see their initial thinking process of how they lay out an application. which is also an important skill.
Yeah.
But not all
Hello,
of the
Pepper.
stuff-by-stuff ones do that.
Side note, guys, thoughts? I want to get like a fucking 4-foot tall, like 10-foot wide whiteboard right here, and replace all this stuff. Is that the worst idea?
Just
in
a
the world?
whiteboard.
Is
You
that the
should
worst
get one
idea?
of those colored ones. That would be cool.
Colored whiteboard?
Yeah.
I didn't know they made such a thing. I mean,
Why would you
Amazon
get a
sells
colored whiteboard? Then it'd just be a board. Whatever, yellow board, pink board. No.
It's so white.
Because Josh already Josh has like whiteboards all day long.
I got this one. I got this one.
Like it just seems like it'd be dope to have a giant one.
Took some modafinil. Oh, what up? Didn't think. Yeah, so that's modafinil is the drug that Limitless is based off of. The movie.
I don't know about scent desk.
I don't know
Is it
Sendex
Sendex?
either.
I don't know. Do you know what that is, Taylor?
Well, never heard of it. So I'm looking at dry erase boards now.
Taylor, you don't need to buy more things. Just ride around on your little balance board, please.
Yeah, baby. Also, why is this whiteboard $270?
I don't know. That thing behind me was $89. I don't know why. It's rigged. It's a rigged game.
$300
It's
for
like
the one I
diamonds.
want.
So, guys, just a suggestion, but we're kind of just shooting the shit at this point.
That's
Maybe
what the
we
whole
should
stream
end the
was.
stream.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna
I
go,
know, but
guys.
We were actually answering questions at one point.
Well, a bunch of people have come and gone. We got 36 people here now, so that's fine.
Birthday stream, Katie. There's
But
no
the
rules.
birthday stream and chill stream, and I'm gonna make another video tomorrow. One video every day for as long as I can think of topics, and then
Yeah.
So check out the Discord. That'd be sweet. Check out the Patreon if you want to support the channel. I guess that's it.
All right.
So
Dope.
we'll see you guys.
As a final, I think everybody in the stream should talk about how glad they are that Josh was born this day 28 years ago and how glad they are that he's alive. That's how we're going.
Willikers. Thanks.
So, Josh, I can't wait till you're 30. Oh, it's gonna be fun.
Halfway to 60. Yeah.
Yep. Halfway to 60.
If I relive my whole life right now, I'm like 56 years old. Woo.
That's
I'm
crazy.
28. I'm too old. I would go back in time 10 years from now, or like when I was 18, when I was in high school, with like, I don't know, like all the cool kids in high school, like Billy Bob and stuff on the football team.
Billy Bob was cool.
Like Billy. Oh, I lived in Georgia, right? So like we got Billy Joe on the football team with his $50,000 truck his dad bought him, and now he's like 500 pounds. I just want to teleport him back to an assembly, where he has, see his younger self and be like, "This is what you get. This is what you deserve for being a jerk to me."
He deserves it because he had friends and he had a truck.
Because he was a jerk. He was a bully. All right. Anyways, that's it. We're out.
All right. Bye, guys. Thanks for hanging.
Bye.